Hello, my friends. Welcome to another Empire Secrets episode. I'm your host, Mariana Henninger, and I'm going to get really deep and personal today. Today is one of the last days that I am running a launch for my Heartbeat program, the program that's been the heart of my business since I started Brand Magnetic back in 2022 or 23, really, the Brand Video Accelerator. So if you've been following me for a while, you know that I have a high touch, small group, done with you group where you can get your brand video done. And I've had this group for probably 2 years now. And it's been the heart and soul of my business. And I want to talk about why I have finally publicly announced that this is going to be the last round of the Brand Video Accelerator in the way that I'm doing it right now, and why this matters. The takeaways for my own business. So this is very much like an Empire Diaries episode where I'm going to dive deep into why I'm thinking about the next steps that I'm taking in my business right now, what my thought process is like. The first thing that I want to say is that I wasn't sure I was going to end this program. And the reason I became sure is because I had to reevaluate. I kind of did a big picture thinking of my business. And truth be told, I was getting a little bit of feedback from the market. And as much as people wanted to join, so this was the most amazing part of this entire launch, is I have had so many people reach out to me interested in doing their brand fit. Before I announced this was the last cohort. After I announced it, oh my gosh, even more people have reached out to me. It's been nuts. Like, I get emails like all of the time being like, I've been wanting to do this. I can't believe this is the last time. I need to see if I can make this happen. Anyway, so all the love has been coming my way. It's been so amazing. The reality is, and this is going to be kind of a shorty episode, the reality is that as I looked at my business, as I looked about living and architecting the life that I wanted to live, architecting my business for the life that I knew I wanted, both for my family, for myself, for my health. Like, why did I create a business in the first place? It would have been so much easier to just have a job, right? Although, grass is always greener. I don't think jobs are perfect, but businesses are hard. Entrepreneurship is super hard. And I learned that by doing, I learned that by being in the thick of it. And it's also incredibly rewarding. It's an amazing game where each step you take, you learn something new to get it right, to get it better. And yet, the Brand Video Accelerator, which is my baby, the reason I created it in the first place was because I wanted to make sure that I got it right. And what I mean by that is this: I think so many folks with expertise come into the online space and feel that not only they know how to teach it, maybe never having taught it before, but ultimately they might assume they're right, right? There's so many people that create their courses, create their programs, and they may or may not have a done with you option. I think having a done with you option, having beta cohorts is so incredibly important, because for me, it's taught me to listen to my people, to see what questions do they have? Like, what are they struggling with? How can I create templates and support and systems and custom GPTs and all of the resources that they need to make this process easier and faster? And that's been my number one goal in this entire journey. The number one, I would say, is perspective shifting, for people not to feel like they have to drown in content in order to connect with their audiences, in order to convert, that they don't have to play the volume game anymore, that they can make a connection, a really important bond with their perfect people the moment that they meet them, in that instant trust check, when people are checking you out in the privacy of anonymity, of their own free will, which is an amazing moment that I love to talk about. So that's number one. That perspective shift is so important to me. The second reason is that I truly believe that at the end of the day, once they've had that perspective shift, once they see it and believe it and understand why a brand video is the most powerful tool to create that emotional connection right away with cold audiences, I want to help them get this done as soon as possible. And so that's been my journey from day one of releasing a beta in that was like a fraction of the price at the time. I just wanted people to come in. I just wanted to experiment with them, handhold them, walk them through it, to now I have a program where it's It runs so beautifully. It's battle tested. It's been refined over and over and over again. In fact, I have so many new things that I'm adding to the program, things that I'm taking away. So it's not volume that I'm adding, but it's like really ninja stuff that I only learned by teaching and by getting that feedback from my audience. And so once I've had a program that gets people a brand video that's done so quickly, oh man, now it's time for a new chapter. So this is where we land today. This is, fast forward to the present day. This is where we are. The Brand Video Accelerator has been a 12-week program. There's a lot of handholding. There's a lot of group. There's a lot of connection. There's a lot of, involvement. It's just not a sustainable part of my business anymore. I created that program with an expiration date, knowing that one day I was either going to have to charge a whole lot more to justify my involvement and my pouring into people and over delivering, or I was going to have to shut down that program as it was. And I have to say that as much as I love having the option of just raising my prices to make sure that I'm getting, paid for my time and for my worth, but the thing that I ran into that's like really nitty gritty about my business is that the folks who are willing to do the work of a brand video typically are not the folks that are, making multi six figures and beyond, where the higher price point would be more of a no brainer, right? Like I want a price point that's a no brainer. And to be honest, the folks that the program is catered to, this price point is a little bit of a stretch for them. It's a leap of faith. And so for that reason, just inherently the kind of program that it is doesn't fit a higher price point, in my opinion. I don't want to charge more for this program because I want people to get their brand videos done either, more affordably so that they can save up and have me do it for them, have our team do it for them, or to just go that route in the first place where they can just have our team do it for them from the get-go. So with all that said, I am so excited about this new chapter of my business. This is going to be the last and best cohort of the Brand Video Accelerator because not only do I want to pour into the business owners that are coming in right now that are so excited. Oh my gosh, the vibe is amazing. I love every single person that's come in already. I can't wait to welcome them. It's going to be such a party. In addition to serving them through this cohort all the way till the end of July, I am also shifting the focus of my business to something with a higher profit margin and more higher touch, which is the Brand Video Signature offer, where we do it all for you. And so the reason I'm bringing this to the podcast today is that I wanted to show you kind of the behind the scenes of my business. Like, what am I thinking about? How am I thinking through things? And this is a big decision. This is a program that, I've launched several times. I've soft launched it. This is probably my first big launch. And, I'm still thinking about what the future of this program looks like. It's not going away. It's still going to be there, but it's not going to be as high touch for this price point. So that part is going away. So being able to work with me for this in this capacity where I am in it with you, that is going away. That is truly, truly going away. And so this is a big moment for me. I am focused on the new clients that are coming in. The other thing I want to chat about is that I spent last week, a good portion of last week, in the Scale with Stability conference. It's run by, or summit rather, Scale with Stability Summit. It's run by Karen and JC Height from Height Digital. It's a phenomenal summit. I met so many amazing people. We had great speakers. I met some really cool digital agency owners, which is the crowd that these folks attract. I'm very excited because I'm going to be a speaker at their upcoming conference in July in Cancun called the Commitment Summit, and I'm going to be speaking on stage. So I'm working on my talk for that opportunity there, and really hoping to touch people's lives, touch their audiences, really teach them and encourage them and provide that perspective shift on the power of accelerating trust and knowing how to do that with the trust triggers and how to use the trust triggers, how to reverse engineer from that into your story. And so these are the same folks that are behind this summit that I was invited to last minute, and I made it happen in the middle of my launch. So I had a traveling launch this time around. But truly the best thing that I learned was the connections that I made. And there is a really interesting opportunity to be had working for my business, working with digital agency owners, because they are already working with higher ticket clients who are already paying them for a service. And so if I can bypass the heavier lift of the education piece of a brand video and of selling a client on this new offer, right? New to them offer. And if I can instead sell one person, which is the digital agency owner, on this offer, they can then offer it as an add-on to their clients that they already have, right? It's a one-off. It's not a recurring fee or anything like that. But if they can offer this to their clients as an amazing value add to the packages that they already have with those clients, sweet mama. I'm very excited about the opportunity of scaling the business that way, or the vision that I'm implementing right now. In fact, some of the first brand video signature digital agency clients are coming in right now. And this is what I feel like is the next step in my business. I looked over because I was checking what day it is, and we're still in April, but I feel like it's almost the halfway through the year. And this is the strategy that I'm going to really invest in moving forward, knowing that with a focus on my brand video signature offer, nailing down my systems, being so tightly prepared and detail oriented with my workflow, I'm super excited to welcome more clients at a time, to hit my revenue goals, to get more cash flow into the business that can then help me automate the course and have that course always as an offer for folks who are not ready to invest in working with us one-on-one. So that is the new phase of my business, the new phase of Brand Magnetic, which I'm so excited about. And I wanted to share kind of the behind the scenes of what my thinking was. I wrote this email to my audience that I have to check the open rates. It was a really high open rate, which understandably so. The subject line was, I'm quitting. And obviously it's meant to get people to open, but it really is in a way we're dropping this program. The Brand Video Accelerator, as it is right now, will not exist anymore. This is the very last cohort. I'm so excited about the folks coming in. But moving forward, there's a new vision in my business. There's a new focus, which is going to be on the high-end clients that I can work with one-on-one, that we can make sure their brand video is beautiful. And again, I'm going to keep building the program, but it just won't be as high touch. It can't be as high touch as I grow the business. So if you're listening to this on the day that this episode drops, know that you still have time to come into the program if you act now. If you're interested if you've always been curious about the Brand Video Accelerator, if you've been curious about working with me at a much lower price point than my one-on-one clients, this is the program for you. Do not miss this opportunity to work with me. I still have a few spots left. The program there's a good amount of folks that can still come in the sense that there's a good capacity for folks, but it's not a massive group. So I don't know what the numbers are right now, in the sense of it's evolving. So I don't know what the numbers are on the day that you listen to this episode, but just know that if you are interested in it, you should jump on right now. It's brandmagnetic.com/enroll. We'll have all the details for you on the Brand Video Accelerator. The doors close very, very soon. And so do not miss this opportunity. If you have been thinking about a brand video, about creating a forever asset in your business that shows up when you don't, that creates an emotional connection with every single person that comes into your funnels, your audiences, your email, your social media profiles, this brand video lives everywhere. And it does the heavy lifting for you. It makes you the undeniable go-to. It makes you stand out from everyone else. It makes you not have to play the volume game where you have to compete to be heard, and you have to shout above the noise, and you have to produce content consistently in order to even hope that people are paying attention to what you're saying, when instead you can show up as yourself. You can connect on a truly intentional way that creates trust with your audience so much faster and doesn't burn you out. So if that interests you, if you're like, yes, I want this for my business, I am excited to do this for myself, join me. Let me know if you have any questions whatsoever. You know where to reach me already. And if you don't, just holler at me on Instagram at Brand Magnetic, or send me an email at hello@brandmagnetic.com. With that said, I hope you have a fantastic rest of your week. Thank you for joining me on this episode where I shared a bit more about why the Brand Video Accelerator is ending. We're closing doors. This is the end of an era, the end of a chapter, and moving on to bigger and better, and also, bigger and better. That's so cliche. Moving on to the next chapter of this business where I hope to support you even more. With that said, have a great rest of your week, and I will see you on the next episode of Empire Secrets. Bye for now.